In this video I'm going to show you how to make a really simple settings GUI. So stay until the end of the video to find out. And before we get into the video, make sure to click the first link down below for quality assets. Okay, so first thing first, inside the lighting, I will insert a few things. So we'll add maybe a blur effect. You can put it to 4. Maybe the depth of field too. We'll enable that. So this is basically the things that are far away from you get like blurred out. So it's kind of like in real life vision type of thing. And then I will insert a few different parts here, which will all have different textures, and we can also change the colors, just so I can show you how it works. And now we want to actually make the GUI, so I will insert a screen GUI. We can call this settings. I will add a frame, then you can just customize this frame however you want. Okay, after you customize your frame, we can add a title, so we'll add a text label. Just so it's clear, this is settings bar. You can also customize that. Okay, and then add a few text labels, which I'm actually just gonna add one, and then we will duplicate it. Here you can put as text, you can put setting and then on or off, whatever you want. Actually, it doesn't really matter what the text is now, but it will be soon. Okay, so this is how I want my text button to look, and then we can duplicate it a few times. Okay, so then we have something like this. You can add even more of these if you want, and I will show you how to customize it. And then for each one, so we'll put like blur, and we'll rename this to blur button. Okay, and then insert a local script. And I will use the user input service, so if a player clicks, for example, button G or something like that, then this GUI opens. Here you can put whatever your key you want to be in that key code, and then, I don't know, I will put maybe G, that sounds good. Okay, so what this does, we use the user input service, and then we get our key. And when the input begins, we get the input. So this will be actually any key I click, but it won't do anything because of this. If it's like a key, for example, A or D or E, anything else than this, then it won't do anything. And also if the player is not using chat or something like that, so if you're typing in chat and you click G, then it just won't work, because of course you're in the chat. And this is just a simple way of doing so. If it's enabled, then disable it, and the other way around. So let's test this. And as you can see, it works really well. I can open and close it when I click G. And now we need to actually do the settings part. So up here I will actually do lighting equals game field service lighting. Then we'll add a few things such as blur, and I will also add a local smooth equals false, and you will see why in a minute. So these two are our basic lighting settings. Oh, and actually I want to add another one. And we can just add a new button for that, because I think this is also really useful setting to have global shadows. And actually we can rename that just into shadows, because it makes more sense. Okay, and now down here, so these are our settings. I'll just rename it like this so it's easier to locate stuff. Okay, and down here we'll write our buttons, and first we'll actually start with a frame, so script.parent.frame, and then just put all the buttons we have. Okay, so now down here, we'll make a few functions for all of these. Okay, so these are the functions now for these basic scripts, and I also removed the global shadows because for some reason Roblox made it so you need to put lighting.global shadows, and you can use a instance for the global shadows. So yeah, just change that, and let me just show you that it works. So if I press the G button, then it opens the settings frame, and I can turn the blur off, depth field, and even the shadows. But now we need the textures part, and what we'll do is basically make all of these. So if a part has a texture and the player clicks here, then it disables the textures for all the parts inside of the game. Okay, so this is the entire function for the textures. So first of all we get the button click, and then we get all the parts inside the workspace, and if it's a base part, and then if it already has a original part which we actually created here, then it destroys it and sets the original material, which is, for an example, corroded metal or diamond plate. So basically we store that inside of the value, and then just make it the material after the player enabled it again, and then we destroy the original material value. But if the part doesn't have the material value, and so if it's not smooth, then we just created this value with a string value, and then put the value inside of that string value to the material's name, and make the material smooth plastic. You can of course make this any other material you want. I put it to smooth plastic because I think it's the most optimal way. And of course here we put the smooth equals not smooth. So if I click G and textures, and as you can see, all of these lost their textures. The color is of course still here, but there is no textures. And if I click back on, then all of these have textures, and you can see that the base plate also changes because it turns into smooth plastic. But yeah, that's basically it for this tutorial. If you liked it and it helped you, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Click on the video on the screen if you want to learn more, and also join the Discord down below if you want to suggest a video or need help with scripting. Thanks for watching.